Hello everyone, it's Angel from the Abernathy's Go Green, and today I have a skincare and makeup declutter and disappointing products video. I've just had this box in my closet for a little bit over a year that I've been putting products in that have just not worked for me. Some makeup and skincare products that I wanted to declutter and just want to get rid of. Some are expired, some are just shades that doesn't work for me anymore, and I thought I would share those with you guys. I want to preface this video though by saying that just because some of the disappointing product doesn't work for me, it does not mean that they won't work for you. I know that some of these products, I've watched some of my favorite YouTubers and they love these products, but they just don't work for me because we all have different skin tones, we have different skin types, we have different preferences in our products. Just because it doesn't work for me, that does not mean that it won't work for you. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start first with the disappointing products because I feel like I'm gonna say a lot of negative things about these. Obviously they're disappointing, and then we'll end with just the products that I'm decluttering. So the first product that I have here is the We Love Eyes Tea Tree Eyelid and Eyelash Foaming Cleanser. I got this in a Petit Bour box, and this just dried out my skin really badly. I love their tea tree cleansing oil. I love that, but this is just way too drying for me. I didn't really find that it was the best at removing my eye makeup either, and it did sting my eyes too. So this was just a disappointing product all around. And then I have this Acure Brilliantly Brightening Face Mask. I love Acure and I love face masks, but this was just a total flop for me. I didn't feel like it really did anything for my skin. It has a very creamy consistency and it's supposed to have clay and everything. I don't have the ingredients list anymore, but it looked really promising, the ingredient list did. But I really didn't feel like it did anything for me. It was just, I'd put it on, leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes like it says, sometimes a little bit longer. And then whenever I wash it off, it foams up. So I feel like this is their cream cleanser, their foaming cream cleanser that they've added clays onto. So this was just not a good product, and it also dried up my skin. So not a fan of that. And then the next product I have here is the Jurlique Rose Water Balancing Mist. It says it's a refreshing mist to hydrate and soften. I got this in one of those Pharmaca gift with purchases a while ago, and this I wanted to love because I love rose water. I love the packaging. It's glass and it's frosted. It looks super chic. So I just sprayed this onto my face like I normally would a toner, but it dried out my skin so much. As soon as I touched my skin, it was like a burning sensation, right? And so I looked at the ingredients. Of course, I should have looked at the ingredients before I put it on my face. But it has water, and then the second ingredient is the SD alcohol. There's a lot of different types of alcohol. Some alcohols are hydrating, but the SD alcohol is not one of them. This is a very drying alcohol. Overall, just really not pleased with the ingredients list here. It has fragrance and polysorbate 20. And then there is some aloe in here, but it's one of the last ingredients that they list on the ingredients list. And like I said, severely dried out my skin and burned my skin. So not a fan of that. And then I have two sunscreens here. One is by Evan Healy Sheer Tint Sunstick SPF 30, and also the Salt and Stone Premium Sunscreen Face Stick SPF 50. That's what it looks like. I thought it would just be really nice sunscreen to travel with, put it in my purse during the summer especially, if we get caught without our sunscreen on. But these just don't melt into the skin. You put it on, and it's just a pain to spread across the skin. You really can't. It doesn't just melt into the skin like I thought it would. So not really a fan of those. I prefer some lotions and SPFs that we used this summer. So gonna declutter those. And then the next product here that I have is Vermont Perfumery in Sirena. I'm not a fan of the scent of this. This is an oil-based perfume that came in a Petit Bour box, I think, and just not a fan of the scent. I have two products here from Juice Beauty. The first one is their Phyto Pigments Cream Shadow Stick. I got this in a Petit Bour box. That's what the packaging looks like. Very sleek and pretty. And the shade is also gorgeous. It's like this purpley taupe shade. It's called Horizon, if I didn't say that already. But this doesn't set well on my eyelids. My eyelids tend to be a little oily, that's probably why. I've tried to work with this, applying as much or as little as I can, and set it with different powders to get it to stay, but it never really does. And I have oily and hooded eyes, so that's probably not a good combination for this product. As soon as I put it on, the moment I open my eyes, it just makes my eyelids stick. Just not a good product for me. And then the next product I have, this I bought on my own, is the Phytopigments Ultra Natural Mascara. What I didn't like about this, packaging is gorgeous also, but the wand is not my favorite. It has like that, it looks like a DNA strand, double helix, for you science nerds out there. But I don't think that the brush was best for my eyelashes. The formula was a little too wet in the beginning. It's dried up a little bit more now, but it was really the one that I didn't like about it, because I feel like it just clumped my lashes together. It's not very separating at all or anything. I never got it to work for my lashes, and I know that there are better ones out there, so done playing with that. And then another mascara is by Physicians Formula, and this is from their Organic Wear line. And again, with this one, the problem that I have is with the bristle. See how far apart the brushes are? It's impossible to get this to coat my lashes with enough product to make it look like there's anything on my lashes at all, just because of how the bristle is. So that was not good. And then I have this Jane Iredale Eye Sheer, super cute packaging too. And this I had the same problem with as I did with the Juice Beauty Shadow Stick, that it never really dried or set on my eyelids. This is a very pretty, like a beigey champagne shade. Like I said, it never really dried or set. Even when I put just a tiny amount of it on my inner corners, it never really sets, and it stays that gloopy consistency. So not a fan of that. And then this is truly disappointing because I've heard so many good things about this eyeliner. And this is the Antonym eyeliner in Noir. It's like practically brand new. I love this because on one end, on the cap, there's a sharpener, so you don't have to carry an extra sharpener with you. It's just like an eye kohl eyeliner. And it's very pigmented. It looks so beautiful. The problem that I had with this is it runs so badly. I remember getting this in the mail, and I put it on my waterline right away. I swear to you, not 30 minutes later, I had black things, like it looked like I had been crying, and the black eyeliner had traveled almost to my cheeks. That was insane. And so I tried to play around with this, like really setting my under eye really well with powders and everything. It helped a little bit, but it still runs and smudges and transfers. So unfortunately, this didn't work for me. I feel like I might have one of my sisters try this, or anybody else with maybe like a drier skin type than I do. Maybe that would work better for them, but not for me. And then the next product I have here is by Well People. This is one of their lip glosses. What I didn't like about this was the doe foot applicator. It's tiny. It's a very beautiful shade. I don't have the shade here anymore, and the reason why it's disappointing is it's so dehydrating to my lips. Whenever I use a lip gloss, I want it to be hydrating because of just the consistency of the product, right? I reach for a lip gloss if I want my lips to be hydrated, but this, it just leaves my lips in worse condition than before I apply it. So not a fan of this. They have redone their packaging or got a different doe foot applicator now, so it would deposit more product at a time, but I believe the formula is still the same. So not a fan of the formula. Let's stay with the lip theme we've got going. This is the R.L. Linden & Co. La Balma Rosa lip balm. It's a lip balm that doesn't really hydrate the lips, so getting rid of that. And then another one by K-Voss Cinnamon Lip Plumper. One of those little lip plumpers with cinnamon, and it's in a pot container. I'm not a fan of lip products in a pot. But what I really hated about this was the minty, cinnamony, tingly, burning feeling that this gave. That's how it would plump your lips, is by burning it to death. So not a fan of that. And then another one by Donore, I think that's how you say it. Donore by The Organic Face. This is their lip and cheek tint. Looks beautiful in the package, right? I thought I could make this work by like putting a stippling brush in there and using it as a cheek color. The shade is gorgeous. I don't know what shade it is, but it's just really not pigmented. It's not even like a tinted lip balm. You have to melt the product with your fingertips, and that's what I get. It doesn't show up on my skin at all. So getting rid of this, I was so excited because it looks so pretty in the pan, but it didn't work. So, and then I have two products here by Connie. The first one is their Galaxy Milk Illuminating Beauty Oil. I got this in a Petit Four box a long time ago. The problem that I had with this was it just had too much chunky glitters. I am not into that look. I kept it around and I kind of figured maybe like I can mix it in with my lotion and put it on my legs in the summer, but I really don't do that. I was just trying to find a way to use that up, but I never really got around to using it. And then more recently, I also got this in the Petit Four box. This is the Connie Botanical Beauty Moonstone Glowy Highlighter Balm. And again, beautiful packaging, but I had the same problem with it having such big chunky glitters. This is a little bit more creamy feeling than the Donore product in a pot. It melts so easily and it's so creamy. And let me swatch it for you. It looks beautiful swatched. It has like the most perfect, it's right here, if you can see. It has like the most beautiful combination, I think, of gold and champagne. And I really wanted to love this, but again, it has the huge chunks of glitter that I'm just not into. And then the last product that's in my disappointing pile, no, second to the last product that's in my disappointing pile is this bath oil, but by Olga. Comes in this little bottle. This is just a little sample size. It gave me a headache, so I can't use it. I looked at the ingredients and it's not really all that impressive. It's a bunch of junk ingredients and with a little touch of essential oils. I think it even has like fragrance listed as one of the ingredients. So not really a fan of that. This is a product that you're supposed to put in your bath. But if I want aromatherapy in my bath, I just go for straight essential oils that I would mix with some Epsom salts, and I like that a lot better. It doesn't give me a headache like this one did. And then the last product, sadly, in my disappointing pile is this one by Evolve. This is their Ultimate Styling Lotion. The way that I used it is I applied it to my hair after washing it while it's still wet and then just kind of let it air dry. My curls looked so good, defined and like little ringlets and just beautiful and gorgeous, but it left it feeling really sticky. Like every time I touched it, I feel like I have a ton of product on my hand that is just sitting on my hair. The next time I used it, I thought maybe I used way too much the first time. It did the same thing. So even though I put just a little tiny amount on my hair, it just made my hair feel really sticky. I do love their shampoo and conditioners, one of my favorite brands, but just the styling lotion I'm not a fan of. So that's it for the disappointing products. Let's go ahead and move on to the declutter. I have two deodorants here that have just stopped working for me. The first one is the La Vanilla, Pure Vanilla, the healthy deodorant. I know this isn't really a green product, but I love this once upon a time and I thought I would try a travel size for when I'm traveling. It just stopped working. And then the second one is by Nourish Organic Deodorant Stick. This, I love the smell of this. It smells like figs, like a very warm scent. But again, it stopped working on me. And then I have some products here that have just expired. The first one is the 100% pure coffee bean caffeine eye cream. One of my favorite eye creams because it's very thick and nourishing, but it sinks into the skin really quickly as you would want in an eye cream, so that way you can follow it with makeup if you need to. And I also liked putting this on before I put on a clay mask, so that way my eye area that I'm not going to put a mask on is hydrated. It's just gone bad. It's turned funky. This 1 ounce tube lasted me a long time. It says it's only good for 6 months, and I know I've had this for way longer than that. If I ever repurchase this again, I will have to make sure to get a smaller tube. And then another one from 100% Pure is their Long Last Concealers. This I've had for also a very long time, maybe like 3 years. And I was trying to finish this so bad. Look, I'm almost done with it, but it's finally turned that funky scent, so I thought I would better go ahead and stop using it. Like I said, I was trying to finish it. I was almost there, but didn't quite make it. Another concealer that I am decluttering is by Honest Beauty. This is their concealer duo in Balanced Beige. This one I am decluttering because it's always been kind of a little bit on the dry side. I always have to make sure that I mix it with a face oil to get it to work. I have to work too hard to get this to work for me, so I'm finally just getting rid of it. And it's old too, and it's dried up even more now, so getting rid of that. And then another Honest Beauty product is their Everything Tinted Moisturizer. This they have discontinued, and I think their concealer they've discontinued also. I don't think I've seen it in their new packaging, but this they discontinued long before they did any of that. I wish they would bring this back. This is one of the best tinted moisturizers that I've tried. I used about 3/4 of this and then it just went bad. It started separating. I did do a tinted moisturizer face-off video. I will link it down below. I didn't include this because it'd already been discontinued, but this is one of the best. I wish they would bring it back. Speaking of tinted moisturizer face-off video, one of the products that was one of my favorites that I reach for when I want a more full coverage tinted moisturizer, really foundation really for me, is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Tinted Moisturizer. I've talked about this so many times on my channel, but like I said, I did that tinted moisturizer face off. I will link it down below if you want a full review of that product and these two products that I'm getting ready to talk about. So I'm finally getting rid of the Well People BioTint Multi-Action Moisturizer with SPF 30. This is just expired. I love the packaging, the tube, and as you will see in that tinted moisturizer face-off video, it's not one of my favorites. So not going to repurchase that, but I might think about getting another one of these. This is the 100% Pure Fruit Pigmented Tinted Moisturizer. This is my second or third one of these. I love this so much. Just offers a very light coverage for every day. It has antioxidants and SPF in here. I love that it has that airless pump, but this one just finally turned bad. If you can see the product starting to separate in there, so I stopped using it. But definitely one that I love, and I kind of really want to get another one. And then I have 3 lip products that I'm decluttering. The first one is the Fruit Pigmented Pomegranate Oil Anti-Aging Lipstick by 100% Pure. This is in the shade Calendula. Let me swatch it for you. I'm running out of room here. This is one of their more nude, peachy nude. I love wearing this in the summer, but it has that rancid oil smell, so I have to get rid of it. These are one of my favorite formulas in lipsticks because it's very hydrating and very pigmented. As you can see, that's the shade Calendula. I also have it in the shade Narcissus, which is a more hot pink fuchsia shade, and I think I bought that around the same time, and that one hasn't gone bad yet, and I've gotten more use out of that one. And then the second one is by Terry Miyahira. I did her makeup subscription box a while ago. I got 3 boxes from her, and this came in one of those boxes, and it is her lipstick in the shade Brave. I love the shade names that she has. This is like way dry. Oh my gosh, I just broke it trying to swatch it because it's so dry now. Oh my goodness. But that's what it looks like. It's like a brownie brick red, but really more brown. And it's not really a shade that I use so much of. I tried to wear this in the winter. It feels like a lip balm. It's not really pigmented, as you can see in my swatch compared to how it looks like in the bullet. It wasn't really that pigmented. Maybe it was, if it was more pigmented, it'd be a prettier color on. But yeah, I didn't really reach for it too much because I wasn't a fan of the formula or the lack of opacity. And this one is by Bite Beauty. It's one of their amuse-bouche lipsticks in the shade Meringue. And this shade, it looks like that. I'm gonna twist my arm in a way that it doesn't go. But it looks like that. It looks very pretty swatched, but on me it just washes me out completely. So this shade would work more for someone with fair skin. I think I'm going to pass this on to my best friend. She has fairer skin than I do. Decluttering, but not going in the trash because it's still good. It's not old. I just got it and it's just the wrong shade. Alright. I have a sample of the Well People Bio Brightener Stick in Moonstone. I made a little dent in there. I've hit the pan. This one just looks way too natural on me. Like whenever I put it on, I don't look like I'm wearing anything at all. So getting rid of that. And then I have this Hint Beauty Stella eyeshadow in the shade Honey. It's this gold shade. I got this as a free sample whenever I ordered their concealer and mascara from their website. And this is just a loose eyeshadow in a gold shade that I really don't wear, so getting rid of that. And then I have this little lip tint from Modern Minerals. I'm not a fan of lip products in a pot that I have to dip my fingers into, or even like a lip brush. I really didn't find it to be hydrating or anything special, so just getting rid of it. I feel like it's so cumbersome too in this ball packaging. It looks like a Pokeball. If you guys have kids and you know what Pokemon is, it looks like a Pokeball. I should show this to my kids. They're definitely gonna get a kick out of that. And then I have 3 makeup brushes here that I'm gonna get rid of because I don't use this or this or this. This is super old and I replaced it, and it was really good once upon a time, but I think it's seen better days. So I've replaced it with something else. This, I really don't know what it's for. I think it's like for pinpoint concealing for blemishes and stuff. I don't do that. So getting rid of that. And then this, I just don't use it. I have the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush that I like better than this, so getting rid of those. And then here I also have the Well People Expressionist Liquid Eyeliner. I love the packaging, it's so tiny, but it has a felt tip applicator, and I've told you guys that I prefer the brush tip applicators these days. That's what it looks like swatched right there next to the Antonym black eyeliner. It's very pigmented. It also burned my eyes every time I put it on, so I really didn't reach for this, but a couple of times, and it's old now, so getting rid of that. And then another super old product here is the Tarte. Yes, it's Tarte. That tells you how old this is. I stopped using Tarte many years ago. And it's in their bronze eyeliner. That's what it looks like swatched, but just getting rid of it because it's super old and I really haven't been reaching for pencil eyeliners. The only eyeliner that I've been reaching for is the Physicians Formula Liquid Eyeliner. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. It's so easy to apply with that brush tip applicator. And then I have a blush here by Savvy Minerals by Young Living. It's in the shade Smashing, and this is just way too cool toned for my skin, so getting rid of that. I think I'm going to give it to my best friend too with the Bite Beauty and Meringue. These are just shades that I think will work better for her skin tone. And then I have one nail polish. This is by Wet n Wild. It's their One Step Gel Wonder, and I love this formula. It's, I think, 12 free or something like that. It's a cruelty-free brand that you can pick up from the drugstore. I just don't care for the shade too much. That's what the shade is with the sticker on the bottle. It's like, they call it Periwinkle of an Eye, so it's kind of like a periwinkle blue shade that I just don't wear anymore. And then I have 3 more makeup products from Terry Miyahira. This one is her highlighter. It's just shattered so many times. It's so pretty and quite intense. That's what it looks like on my finger. And then swatched, it's very beautiful. She has some of the most buttery pressed powder products, and I'm just kind of sad to see this go because it's so good, but it's shattered so many times. I still have the bronzer and the blush in my collection that are still good and I'm using, but like I said, I haven't been reaching for a highlighter. This has shattered so many times that I'm just afraid that it would get all over my makeup bag one day. So just getting rid of this. I've pressed it and repressed it so many times. I'm just gonna let it go. And then I have one of her eyeshadow palettes. This is the Carefree eyeshadow palette. And then one compact color for face and eyes in the shade Harmony, because I liked certain shades from one palette and then certain shades from the other palette. So I depotted them and then kind of mixed and matched them. This was the one that I got more use out of. But looking at the shades that we have here, it's some of the shades that I already have in my collection that I honestly like more than these. And like I said, they break so easily. Like that bronzer there is shattered. I enjoyed them for a very long time, but I think it's time to part ways. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!